The camera facing up sees a gray and orange ship with a blue hue trailing behind it break through cloud cover and disappear into the sky as the rain clouds crackle and a flash of lightning crosses it. All of a sudden, over your comms, you hear a weather alert for the city. Best get indoors, kids. It looks like we've got an storm rolling in off the Pacific. Hunker down. Your electronics and your wireless comms may act funky.
Oh, fuck.
Well, that's going to be fun for a couple of you.
Krill just looks at Troy for a moment and looks back at Karen. Yeah, real fun.
Where do you need to go?
Preferably the base, but also, to be fair, my base might actually have a bit more security to it. At least from the EM store. But we need to get inside either way.
Which location is closer?
We're much closer to my garage, actually. It's about 7 blocks from us.
Then to Krill's base we go.
Yeah, I remember the way. No worries.
Just keep in mind, Patty's like sitting at the edge right now. She heard the notice, but she is not like right up with you at the moment.
Patty.
There's just the last bit of the hue of the spaceship is leaving as she's like turning her head. What?
We gotta go.
Okay, if we're going anywhere, can we stock on a few bottles first?
Get them delivered.
What if the fucking EM store knocks out the delivery?
What if it knocks out my car?
Okay, before I lose all connection to the net in any way, Krill just does a simple search. Corner stores in our vicinity.
Give me a roll.
Alrighty.
I can't believe we're humoring this.
This is 0 on the die.
There's a couple on the way.
There's some on the way, Patty. Don't worry.
Cool. And she says, lead the fucking way. And if you're worried about your car, you can just get one of those old-timey ones, so, like, who gives a fuck?
Except the Subaru, that's still fucked up.
Don't remind me.
Hey, I had a great idea for your race Friday.
You want to make a bomb?
Oh, I want to make a lot more than just that.
Dope. That's lit.
Alright. There's a couch in my place, you know, people can at least get comfy, chill out. Got a blender, someone wants to make drinks or something when they're there. And a fridge. That's about as comfortable as I can offer.
Well, since we're stopping at the corner store on the way, let's grab some snacks.
Perfect. Krill, with her clunking peg leg, just starts leading the way. At least out of the spaceport. Because, fuck, we're still in the spaceport.
Patty stays behind just for a second as they're all starting to leave, and then she just looks up one more time, kicks the railing, like, and then just follows.
Roy does turn around just as he's about to leave, noticing Patty's lagging behind, and asks, Patty, are you alright?
Oh, I'm just fucking fine, Troy. I am fantastic.
That is good to hear. And he just walks out.
God, I gotta teach him sarcasm. Whatever. I don't care right now. She just keeps going.
How far to the car?
Should be.
We
Yeah,
flew
should
here.
be right outside.
We came in on a VTOL. We never got waved in. I'm going to quickly send a message to security to let them know, hey, this is how we got in. We would like to peacefully leave. Because I have a feeling the spaceport is probably pretty tight-knit on that stuff.
Crews land all the time. Leaving is a simple matter. It's getting in that's complicated.
All the same, the notification gets sent out, so no one is surprised when a group of... And Krill just takes a breath before 5 weirdos leave their location. Alright. Dalton, could you lead us to the car?
Yeah, Dalton starts checking his codex to get a new car.
Give me a roll.
-1.
Error. Connection. No connection.
That's not good.
Did you already call the car?
I just tried, and I think the storm might be a little closer than we think.
Fuck.
How do you...
Just looks at it like, I'm gonna be walking? Ah, fuck this. Alright. Now this little shit's got a bit of fervor under her and she's walking with speed.
Is there a shelter in the spaceport?
Give me a roll.
Might need to just stop here.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably make it in 7 blocks if Krill wasn't fucking limping.
I'm still walking faster than I was last week.
We're still 7 blocks away from your house.
And?
It doesn't matter if you're walking faster, you're gonna be fucking slow as fuck right now.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't see you having any better solutions.
Is there... I don't know. Troy, can you carry her? Is that a possibility? Is it too much right now?
Krill does weigh a hell of a lot less, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Before, I mean, as I answer your weight question, Karen, yes, there is a central terminal to the spaceport.
I have a feeling we're going to need to go to the central terminal and hang out there. Because I don't think we're going to make it to your base, Krill.
I do not want to sit in port limbo. Ugh.
Better than you short-circuiting and dying.
I can't guarantee that's not an option. Fuck.
Yeah, well...
Let's just go to the central spaceport.
Troy can go into stasis and save his systems. I really can't. Motherfucker.
Would anybody, would either of, well, would Krill or Troy like to give me a lore roll?
Please.
+3. And I have...
Nothing in lore. Krill has a 1. Either way.
Yep.
Spaceport terminals have to be protected against all manner of things. These facilities are designed to protect high-value items up to and including spaceships in an environment that is notoriously, shall we say, in flux. And so...
Wow.
And so most of the facilities here are protected against a variety of things, up to and including explosives.
Do explosive people count?
Maybe.
I would say yes.
Well,
Krill's
the
no
terminal.
now that she doesn't have network systems, otherwise Patty's codex would be shocking her right now.
While the terminal would not be my first preferable choice either, the imminent nature of the oncoming storm and our rather digital existence puts us at some peril, Krill. I believe Karen is correct. The terminal is the better choice.
Damn it. That, like, even if I had my plates on, none of them were safety shields from this bullshit. Fine, fuck it, damn it.
I am neither shielded against EM storms either. And I am not confident that stasis would properly protect me either.
Uh,
Alright, well, get ready for the
I
next 20
guess
hours of your life.
To the terminal we go. We're running out of time.
Krill just starts walking down the catwalk stairs towards the, I guess you could say, open landing area to head her way into the terminal.
Dalton following behind Krill.
We probably don't want to take the elevator right now.
I think once we're inside, we should be okay.
Actually, at this moment, Krill, not even with a second glance, all of her drones suddenly pile up in her arms and turn themselves off.
As you find your way from the observation deck of this particular landing pad into the main concourse, in the early AM, you've got sort of a mixture going on here. But it seems a bit quieter due to the early morning hour, and also potentially because of the fact that those who know better are either not here or have already gotten out of Dodge.
We're one of those chuckle fucks stuck in the airport, aren't we?
You are, in fact, the chuckle fucks stuck in the airport.
Great.
So, as yet, still the overnight shift, cleaning crews, drones, nothing's quite open yet. The ambiance, the quiet of a commercial space, the largesse, the size, yet it's quiet. Always an eerie feeling.
How long did they say this fucking EM storm would last?
They didn't.
Dalton goes and sits down and puts his legs up. Well, we might be here a while.
Once they're inside the shielding of the building, the drones start turning back on, and finding their way into the seat next to Dalton.
Oh, what up, little drones?
Where's the closest?
Number 2 just climbs up and nuzzles close to you.
Where's the closest bar?
Okay. Bar or duty free shop?
Let's go duty free shop because she doesn't want to be stuck in one spot.
Okay. Got about a 5-minute walk down the concourse.
All
looking
right,
for
I'll
the
be down
duty-free
here. Hit me up if you need anything, and then she just immediately starts heading for it.
Do whatever keeps your mind somewhat at peace.
No, the point is I'm supposed to not have a mind for the next couple of hours. I'm trying to numb myself. That's what I'm trying to do.
Who said peace couldn't be emptiness? Now go be empty with your sorrows.
Okay. And just goes.
Karen sits down close to Dalton, but not in the same seating section.
Don't want to be associated.
I like my space. Wow. What are we going to do with Patty?
I have no idea.
Fucking hell.
Patty seems more agitated than usual.
Oh,
You don't say. Thanks for picking it up, Troy.
At least Troy's getting more observant. Good job.
Correct. Sorry. I am quite short-fused with the recent events.
Yeah, Patty's been hitting the bottle.
She's already been on a downward spiral. Even I can recognize that. And with Jacob leaving, Jesus, she probably just fell off a cliff.
There's a brief camera shot as you can just hear like Patty like rattling the fucking vending machines, like, "Give me the fucking bottle!"
It's an actual duty-free shop.
Okay. Whatever's happening is she's trying to get it, but it's just not automatically giving
well,
to her in church.
Patty, have you transited for 5 minutes?
I'm just saying this, like, that's what's going to be happening.
Well, I could have told you what would have been happening either way. When you got to the duty-free shop, it's not open yet.
So you're having a moment.
Why are you closed?
Does it have like the fucking like, you know how a lot of different shops just put down a little gate just to close it?
Oh yeah, the metal grating.
Yeah. She at first like puts her hands around it. Her hands around it, that's what sends. And then she shakes it a little bit. And she's like, you know, you could just fucking let it open. And she's being loud and obnoxious to whoever's passing by.
Leaving it.
Troy's walking over, just seeing Patty shake the
It's
rattle the
5 whole minutes of walking down the concourse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this
You
is
might see the blur of Patty, but that's about it.
imagine a modern airport. Think think Nashville or maybe Dallas. There's just
Okay, so
long stretch. And then there's these like attached nodes basically up and down each side where that are basically like, imagine a rectangle with a roof that can retract. Spaceship come in, roof can retract. That leads in to the main concourse. And then on the top of every rectangle is a glass enclosed observation area that people visiting that particular spaceship can observe from, right? So this is a long sort of stretch of a concourse. So she's been walking for 5 minutes down one direction.
Number 4, come here.
Okay, so this place is huge then.
Yes.
Number 4, come here. As a drone suddenly flies over her shoulder. Binocular in on that. Scope in. And suddenly everyone's codexes, now that we're back inside, works, except for Patty's, of course. Suddenly, we can see Patty.
Yeah, she's like trying to rattle it, and she's like semi getting attention, but she's also like, just like, I am going to fucking destroy this place if it doesn't give me the fucking bottle now. And she immediately like looks for any open shops right next to it.
Tell you what.
Does she not realize this place is Borg proof?
As you're shaking that gate, and a speaker just over your head goes, aggressive act detected. Take 2 physical stress as the gate shocks you.
I knew it.
Fuck you! Okay, I wasn't doing shit. I was.
This is a facility that is used to dealing with drunken space pirates.
Who are potentially cyborgs at that.
Yes.
Are my hands?
I have the footage of you shaking the fence and it's zapping you, playing over your codex's hollow projector.
Over my or everybody else's?
No, over everyone's actually, but they've already been watching. You suddenly can see it now.
What was your question?
Is there an open shop anywhere near where she is, or does she like just fucked?
Give me a roll.
Oh god. Is this an investigator notice?
This is a resources roll.
Oh man, it's a -1.
It's 4:30, 5 a.m. on a leading into a Wednesday. Yes, leading into a Wednesday.
You just see the codex just sees Patty like standing in place for like 20 seconds as she's like, and you can see there's like a little bit of a twitch of the eye, and she's like, why do you not fucking places open at 4:30 in a fucking airport?
My favorite part is we can't hear Patty, so we just see her shouting at nothing.
Actually, I mean, if you have a local area network for your comms, then you.
But that would assume she has her comm on to like.
I mean, she has her comm on. She never turned it off. She just wasn't really responding with it.
Then you would hear it.
Implying the comms aren't always listening.
Krill is always listening, but one must remember to mute it if they don't want to be heard. Fair enough. Yeah, I think some people would like to go home during an EMP storm normally. EM storm.
Did she bring the bottle that Jacob's sister had bought, or did she leave it at...
That's not my job to keep track of.
She opens it up. Of course I fucking leave the bottle. Karen? I'm about 2 seconds from killing someone.
And?
Is there any place open that sells anything to drink at 4:30 in the fucking morning?
Probably not in a closed airport.
I could try to get a car around again if you want to just suck gasoline directly out of it.
I can't help you. I can't open a store.
Question, Kai. So I know I have my cybernetic eyes, my defibrillator hand. Does that get fucked with by the EM storm?
Not in here.
But outside it might.
Yep.
Why do I have to have cybernetic eyes?
The fact that I could walk
I'm
home just hit
entirely
me.
a robot.
Yep.
Yeah,
Two of our
but-
people could just walk out of here at this moment.
I mean, yeah, does it do anything to regular people?
I mean, other than be a fuck up storm, you'd be walking in the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
unless you have augments that are extremely vital to you, you're probably fine. Patty would go blind. Troy would probably lose all cognitive function and capability, and
I'm fairly certain Troy would die.
yeah. That would be try death.
just stop.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah,
down.
no. Yeah.
Patty stands there for a moment, and she eventually... Troy...
You just hear a little voice on your comms perk up and says, "Yes, Patty."
What is the possibility you can do your little thing and get this spot open?
I do not know, but I can always attempt to see.
Okay, I'm just...
Troy, do not listen to Patty. Troy, stop.
I'm being advised against obliging you.
Well, if you don't listen to me,
No, Patty,
one
we
of
are
us might die tonight.
Patty, we are absolutely not breaking into a store in the spaceport. Are you kidding me right now?
It's a great way to get us killed.
You have an alcohol
Oh my god.
into your heart if you do not consume now.
No, I have a mind problem. Is I am going to physically kill someone.
Hey,
Oh my
Patty, do you
god.
have enough sedatives to put yourself to sleep?
Tase yourself.
No.
Aaron, you are a genius. Well, that's... Troy, you could actually be of great help. Let me just do the calculations, the exact amount of force it would take to knock someone out without leading to long-term concussive damage.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Could we just
If you knock
hang
me
out and
out,
wait?
you'll
We
be stuck with a
electronics in our
concussed
hands.
patty for 72 hours. Do you really want to do that?
I mean,
That would
oxygen
require an-
deprivation would work easier, but I mean,
It requires not to still have Jacob's contact and details with our local medical services.
would they come right now?
I'm seriously considering
Mm.
moving far away from all of you for the storm.
You realize
I'm
it
just-
doesn't matter how far
fine.
you move. We can talk to each other the whole time.
I just don't want anyone. I don't want anyone to see me with you.
I mean, fair.
Are there
Even
vending?
explaining
Are there
too
vending
much right
machines
now.
open? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Are there vending machines?
Hey, I'm not sure. This is a modern airport. It could be weird. Okay,
Spaceport.
just making sure. Same difference.
Nope.
They close at 2 a.m.
So,
Very different.
so
the
the
vending
question
machine
I
has
have-
to go home sometime.
The question is, as she's making that 5-minute walk back, does any of them sell anything alcoholic?
Nope.
Ooh,
What the
dry
kind of fucking
spaceport.
spaceport is this? This is bullshit.
You
Spaceport at 4 a.m. What do you expect?
13-year-olds can fucking have alcohol from their noodle stand, but apparently you can't have alcohol in vending machines.
Don't drag your ego into this.
steal from a corner store.
You can't tell me you haven't stolen from a corner store.
Inside a
I've
heavily
not
armed
stolen from a corner
spaceport.
store.
Troy, shut up.
Thank you, Troy.
I found no need to.
I'm surprised.
My
Karen
Nutri-Steaks
didn't
are
say
rather
that.
cheap.
And I do not drink alcohol. Or eat.
She eventually makes it the way back, and she's like, I hate this place.
Ah, the prodigal daughter returns. Take a seat, Patty.
She sits down, but she's got like her arms crossed and her foot's like loudly tapping. It's gonna just... The first 30 minutes is just gonna be pure hell of her just tapping constantly.
You know, some of us have heightened senses.
Yeah?
Okay. Your feet stink as much as they are loud, by the way.
Well, I haven't taken a shower today because I've been dealing with some shit.
Yeah, want to talk about it?
I don't know, you wanna get punched?
I'd rather you get it off your chest instead of out of your fists.
I'd rather put someone back to life, but we can't get what we want, you know?
Are you going to break them first?
Depends.
Don't want to
Look.
invest into that.
Look, I'll break someone's nose, but I'll put it back together.
But
No one on the team, please.
Well, if I punch Troy's nose, that's gonna break my hand. If I... Grill doesn't have a nose to punch.
she
Dalton-
lifts up her tendril, or not, her sensory tendrils. What do you think these are?
I would rather cut those than punch them.
Try me, bitch.
Patty,
Hmm.
if you didn't do med tech, if you didn't save people, what would you do?
I'd probably be dead.
Why?
I don't want to answer that question. And she starts.
Why?
Because I don't want to. And she starts doing laps. She's got her comm on, but she's just walking, and she's just trying to kill the time.
The occasional cleaning bot goes by.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, Troy eyes him with a little bit of curiosity too as they go by.
You see the...
Does Krill recognize the model?
If you'd like to give me a roll.
Dalton lifts his legs to let one through.
Karen doesn't.
Yes,
Bumps into her
you
foot a
recognize
couple
the
of
model.
times, and then goes around.
T98 sweeper friend. I love them. They're so cute. Don't get your finger caught under there, though. The bristles are spinning at a rate that they still could cut flesh if you're not being smart.
You see the occasional inventory control bot that's just, nothing more than sort of a moving four-wheeled cage with stuff in it that gets deposited in various locations. Go by as well. You think you see every so often maybe a staff member off in the distance.
And you'll occasionally see Patty stop them, like, hey, can I get something to drink?
Yeah, there's vending machines that should be available right now.
I mean, alcohol.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We have a fairly strict alcohol policy in the spaceport. Until the authorized vendors are open, we don't serve.
When do they open?
Oh, 12 noon.
So you just have... When did they close?
4 a.m.
So you just have 8 hours, just nothing.
Well, things need to be resupplied. People need to go home and stop working. And, inventory control needs to happen as well as, we need a maintenance cycle.
Great, thanks. And then she just immediately starts looping again. She's like, motherfucking goddamn 8 hours of just nothing. Gah!
To be honest, it makes exact sense if you consider 8-hour shifts, Patty.
Yeah, well, these 8-hour shifts need to get on my level work 14 hours.
That's assuming they don't.
These
I'm
are
just
like
saying
these are like
that's
college
unfair
kids
to-
working here.
Yeah. This isn't med tech. They're not expecting them to die on site and then claim the insurance policy off of your body.
I mean, if you're running with space pirates, you're basically running the same gambit.
If anybody would like the lore roll.
Patty's just pulling shit out of her ass, so don't trust her.
-3, never mind. I don't know anything.
+1.
Us too.
Space pirates, man. The long and short of it is that this facility needs time to recover from the clientele that rolls through here. They have a heavy clientele of commercial space ventures that come and go, but they also have 20 to 30% of space crews are independent operators. And those independent contractors tend to be a raucous bunch, seeing as on your ship in the system, functionally no laws. And so many people leave the arcology, many people leave the Martian consortiums, many people leave the sort of corporate hierarchy. And for the first time in their lives, out there is like going off to college. It's a taste and sense of freedom that many people think they have, but they don't. and it's their first time experiencing it. And so when they come back to, when they have shore leave, they tend to bring the social normative values that they have developed out there back here. And so facilities that deal with these types of independent contractors find that it's best not to encourage them when things get to that wee hour. By 4 a.m., they've probably had too many as it is, and nobody wants a drunk space pirate at 8 a.m.
Patty, I can promise you almost every one of those bars that you want to line up with have guns underneath because they deal with goddamn space pirates every day. You think they're gonna listen to a bar's rules? No, give them the time they need to fucking sleep.
Maybe get some sleep for yourself.
You
I'm
need
not going to
it.
be asleep for the next 10 hours. I can tell you that.
Do you
I'm
not
so
have
excited.
sedatives?
It's not enough to put me asleep.
That sounds like an assumption with a lack of...
I literally looked
Experience
into my
behind
bag. Are you, like, saying I don't know what I'm talking about?
I'm saying you probably looked at a decent amount of drug and said it's not enough.
You know what? Here. And she takes her bag, and then she opens it up and just dumps it all in front of Krill. You sort it out, and then she immediately starts walking.
Okay. Krill immediately starts organizing each individual thing by both its drug type, by its potency, by its even just color. It starts getting coordinated by every little item that comes out of that bag.
Patty is a disorganized mess, but there's one thing about her that is organized. It's her medic bag. So it's all pretty well put together. There's bits and pieces that has amounts, and then you see the different tools she has, and you can see all the different first aid intervention tools. So it's like, it's pretty well put together. That's just in a pile in front of her right now.
You're saying this wouldn't work on you?
No.
You have a problem.
I mean, whenever you, when you fucking take all the different supplements in order to offset how much alcohol you drink, then you, the sedatives are actually going to have a counteracting effect and actually going to wake you up a little bit.
On all of these?
For the most part, yeah. The other ones I only recommend in high extreme circumstances when you're on the threat of life, but I would not recommend them in most circumstances.
Bill just looks for morphine. Do you have morphine?
I mean, there's like a little bit of morphine, but it's not really what's used as much in terms of like on the ground for Patty, so.
Yeah, mix that with alcohol in your blood. You're going fucking nighty-night pretty fast.
What
Might not come
alcohol?
back.
Ugh, probably. They're not trying to kill you. There's just a little, there's just like, Krill's not looking at Karen, but there's just a subtle, it's like, not right now.
Eventually, Patty just circles around and she's looking at Dalton. Dalton, you want to do sprints?
No. Goddamn no.
You're going to be in this place for a couple hours. You don't want to get a workout in?
Maybe he wants to get a nap in.
I was seriously considering that.
It is 4 a.m.
Well, if you do a run, then you are going to be more tired. You can get it easier.
I
Yeah, if
see what
you
you're
walk
trying
away
to do.
from Patty, you'll also sleep better.
The problem is Patty's gonna follow me if I do this.
I'm just saying, a good 5 minutes, just do a little bit of warm up, and then just do a couple sprints. Just see how fast you can go 20 meters.
Could you do it first for us, Patty? See how it's done?
Sure. She pulls off her jacket, and she starts warming up. She's getting the hip flexors. She's doing a little bit of squats just to help warm it all up, and then she's like,
Dalton is
alright.
not doing the warm-ups.
All right. And then she basically puts her finger at one spot, and then she walks down and says, okay, that's 20 meters. And then she starts fucking running.
Give me a roll.
All right.
don't think that was enough. Keep going, Patty. We're not getting it. You gotta keep showing us.
That's a +0, so it's going to be a 2 physique or athletics.
Good news, Patty. Watching you do this is exhausting.
God, that puppy's so cute.
Yeah, it's not her best time. The alcohol withdrawal is like really fucking with her right now. She's just like, oh god.
Has withdrawal even set in yet? You were drinking not that long ago.
Well, she's feeling it. She's feeling the feeling of not having alcohol in this moment. So whatever's happening with her, it's fine.
No, but she's feeling
Jonesing.
lack of Jacob Dick ever again.
It would be the addiction, not the withdrawal.
Yeah.
Habits, babe.
Eventually, it gets to the point where after 5 minutes, she just stops. She's like, "You sure you don't want to do it, Dalton? I just did a whole couple. It wouldn't be hard for you to get a couple in.
No, I'm fine. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Come on." And she like gives him a kick on his ankle. Come on.
Troy, I am so sorry I'm going to ask you of this. You are the only one of us who is capable of keeping up with her and able of turning your ears off in case something gets too uncomfortable. Would you be willing to accompany her on a jog?
I was about to offer.
Appreciate your thoughtfulness.
Look at that. We made it.
Patty, would you like me to accompany you on your exercises?
Sure. And she pulls off her medtech vest and she's unstrapping it, and then she holds it. And there's like that visible pause as she's staring at it.
Is everything all right?
Yeah. And then she just puts it like very carefully beside all her other medic shit that Krill has been sorting.
Why is none of this labeled? Some of these are pill bottles.
Okay, it has an infrared label.
Fine. Fine. Just saying. Anyone but you with your eyes.
That's the point. It's my medic bag. I make it how I need it.
Alright. Alright.
All right. Come on, Troy, let's go. And then she just starts taking off on a light jog.
Troy pretty much keeps up and is keeping pace with her, like, exactly.
As soon as they get out of earshot, Karen turns off her comms and says,
Patty's also turning off her codec. She's like, actually, I don't want them to listen right now.
Troy's keeping his on.
says to Krell, hide that shit. All of it.
Without even thinking. Ooh, you know what? I need a willpower check. Because I had my initial thought, then I had a Krill thought. Oh, okay. Karen, you actively see Krill look at the sweeper droid, look back at the pile of shit, take a breath, and not push it into the sweeper droid's path.
Probably a good choice, but see
Stuffing
where your mind was going.
Yeah, stuffing everything into her bag. Krill looks around, looks at the nearest vending machine, and throws it on top of it.
Give me a roll.
I know she's gonna need to roll for athletics. Oh, fuck. -2. Bag just comes back down on her face. Oh, okay. Karen, you're much taller than me. Can you help?
Yes.
I would ask Dalton, but even
Me
I'm
and-
taller than him.
In the interest of fucking with Patty, absolutely.
I appreciate being left out of the process.
You don't need to roll.
I don't. Okay.
No.
Not as hard for me.
Yeah, just. Okay, Krill. Don't know why this was so hard for you.
God damn, we need to fix you.
You know what? We're not even a week out, I feel like. We just gotta get that body to that goddamn surgeon. And then it's when he has I think he said like 6 hours it's gonna take to do it, but you know what?
Uh, do you want me to tell you?
Yes.
20.
Fuck.
It's
When
an,
he has an entire
it's an all-day surgery.
Not to mention, Krill's already got wires in her brain that he's probably gonna have to go, oh god, pull out, rewire, proper. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. When he has an entire day free to do it, I'll be called in. So, the moment we're out here, I would like to drop it off to him as soon as possible. And then I have and Krill opens her hand as a little holo projector pops up. And Dalton, you see your Subaru in its current form. Side scratched, side mirrors completely busted off, bumper crumped from the nails hitting us. Oh, but what about this? As she washes her hand over it, it's new chassis with what looks to be an engine block sitting exposed, but it's not an engine whatsoever. Actually, it kind of looks like Snips sitting embedded in the in the front.
You want me to make a fish monster mobile?
Oh, and as you see, Snip's cannons unlock and line up in front. No, I'm decking you out with the best weapons I have available. What I have planned for his car, though... Ooh. But I'm gonna need some help, likely from Karen. Someone lovely enough to get close to his car that he doesn't freak the fuck out.
I mean, he is on Trez, so he might just freak the fuck out.
Oh, okay, maybe that would be a bit harder, but...
He might
still.
be easier to distract.
That's true,
But
too.
Might not be the distraction you were thinking. I can probably still do it, though.
We gotta figure out something to get in under his rear bumper. From there, it just takes a detonation.
This might be a bit of a stretch, but could we get like a one-way radio into his car from mine? Like a broadcast channel?
If I can't install it per se, I could have it manufactured under his desktop with the right time. That's a tricky one.
We
That's
can
a-
revisit it.
But I'll see what I can do. I see
just-
where you're wanting.
Yeah, I just... had some thoughts. But I don't mind the weapon upgrades.
Yes. If I had more time, if I had more than the 2 days, she washes her hand over it one more time, and there just looks to be subwoofers facing rear-wise on it.
Oh my god, this is sending me. This absolutely slaps.
I wanted to make a gift to you. Despite all the hell we've been through, you've been actually rather reliable this last while.
Yeah, it's been really fun chilling with you, Krill.
Oh, and Karen, I owe you a better pistol than the one you're wielding. Just saying.
I won't turn it down.
That pea shooter, while reliable, you can handle a much more powerful punch.
I have some ideas, but we can talk about them later. Something
Please
beyond
do.
the gun.
Ooh, I am intrigued, as one would say. As the camera kind of just leans in on Krill, tapping her fingers together, the maniacal nature of her creations rolling through her mind. It starts to lift and fade. Patty Troy, what are you up to right now?
They're probably heading down a left. She's like, all right, left here. And they're just falling down, like, just going.
Did you actually ask them that? Over comms?
Oh, no, that was me just prompting them.
Yeah. It's rare I've ever done this, but
No camera staying on us.
yeah, that's not your purview.
Fair.
It's fine by me.
So if you'd like to ask them in game, by all means. But the
Well, we've already established that Patty has turned their comm off.
hers.
Or
All right.
Yeah, Troy has his on.
Oh. Troy, how is our rage-filled member doing?
I'm telling you, this is fucking bullshit, okay? The fact that you just, like, at least don't have something on stock, like, just saying, even a vending machine, even on a little part, like, maybe one gets broken on occasionally, but you're gonna make more money than you're gonna lose, so, like, it doesn't even fucking make sense to me.
Patty gets kind of cut off for a moment as Troy now speaks and states she is still in her agitated state.
Appreciate the update.
Okay, Troy, I have a question. Why and how, like, what does it feel like when you're running? Like, do you get tired?
There is a very small noticeable degradation in my joints. However, I do not necessarily feel tired or pain.
Okay. Didn't you mention you got attacked on the net one time?
I have been attacked on the net several times by now.
Okay. So, when something attacks you, what does that feel like?
The sensation is difficult to describe, but it is sudden, shocking, and I suppose frightening, and yet, in a strange way, almost exhilarating.
Sounds like adrenaline.
I have noticed that as well. However, I do not have adrenal glands.
Yeah. She stops for a moment, like, you see, my problem is, right, I look at fucking, I don't know, Dalton, I'm like, okay, this is the thing I can work with. I look at you and I'm like, I understand you, but I don't know you. It's just like, it's like looking at a fucking, like, puzzle and you're like, I don't even know what the fuck to start here. Like, if you feel adrenaline, but you don't have what the fuck is going on in your head.
If I may be frank, I'm not entirely certain myself.
Jesus, man, that's just like fucking years of just somebody gets their eyes on you and they just start looking at you. And just keep in mind, she's like in the middle of anybody's passing by. She just sees, like, you just see Patty just having a whole entire conversation with a sex bot.
This is as new for me as it is for you.
Okay. So the question that's been on my mind is, you remember when you had that C/?
Yes.
What did you feel like before, and what did you feel like after?
Troy goes quiet for a second as he's actually contemplating that. And he states, in a certain sense, I'm not certain I felt anything before. I'm not sure how to describe it. Before the C/, it was almost as if I didn't even think about feeling. Afterwards, the sensations of the sea slash, once cleared, I suppose I did not continue to feel until afterwards, but the sensations of what could even be described as feeling were subtle and gradual.
Addie's like in this moment trying to find like a comparison. She's trying to think of like her own experience when she maybe started to feel things like as a kid, but she's like, okay. So, do you think the sea slash is what did it? Like, made you a person?
I had considered this, but I'm not entirely certain.
Okay, so the best thing I've got here is the way you felt after that without having a bottle on me right now. I feel like you before.
You don't feel anything?
Yes and no. I feel both numb and wanting to kill somebody.
So would you say at this moment you are non-sentient?
I don't know. And Patty's starting to have like a moment. She's like, I don't know.
If it makes you feel better, though I have been called sentient numerous times by now, I'm not entirely certain what sentience is.
God, that's like I don't even know what that word really means. It's like nerd shit. So, like, is it like when you know you're a person?
The Merriam-Webster's dictionary definition of sentience means to feel sensation. Though it would seem the colloquial term, or the colloquial expression of sentience is similar to sapience.
Okay.
However, I am not myself able to determine whether or not I am truly sapient. However, I am also not able to determine whether a human is truly sapient.
Yeah, well, the problem comes is without alcohol, I don't even know what that answer is. Like, I can't even start to like go down an idea for you. Like, I don't know. It just when I've got a bottle in my hand or something, I can at least kind of kick everything out, right? Like, if I'm feeling shit and everything, I can kick that out. I can start to think about like shit around me, like right now I'm thinking how if Krill messes with my shit, I'm gonna beat the shit out of her. I'm thinking Dalton needs to do more exercise. Karen's Karen. Right now I'm thinking I hate this EM storm. I wish I could like, I don't know, do something about it, but here I am stuck in a fucking goddamn spaceport, like, and here we are, and there's just too much shit in my head right now, and I can't fucking think.
And alcohol would alleviate this?
Yes. Basically, I can zone everything else out, right? Like, you've seen me when I've gone to work, right? I can, in certain moments, I can just shut shit out and get it done, right? I can't do that as well if I'm sober. It's just harder.
Are you aware of alcohol addiction?
Fuck you, and she starts jogging.
Troy's keeping pace. Patty, if I might ask.
God damn it, and she starts picking up the pace.
Troy's keeping pace.
She's going to try and go on a very fast run to try and lose him. It's a +1.
Troy, you wanna?
Do I even need to roll?
I mean, give me a roll, just
right.
to.
0.
Troy, I would say, isn't athletically outdone. I think Troy engaging in, because Troy's got a +2 to his empathy, knowing what he knows, knowing how he is programmed for his base programming, I think Troy may actually be letting her win a little bit.
Okay, that's fair.
She's trying to get distance to where if she can cut around the corner and just disappear and then try and lose sight. That's what she's trying to do. But she sees and she turns back. She's like, God damn it. And she keeps running. And eventually gets to the point where she's like, okay, fine. And she like eventually goes and she like holds her hands above her head like, Jesus fucking Christ, robots.
I can tone down my athletic capabilities if that would make you feel better.
Oh, fuck you, okay? Don't fucking pity run for me, okay? I just want to be able to outrun you, but you can't keep ahead. You keep with me the whole fucking time. It's not fair.
If you would like to outrun me, you may.
Stop, okay? Don't patronize me.
I'm not certain what you want.
I want to beat you, but I can't.
I can allow you to, though.
No! That's not the fucking point! It's like the elevator, right? When we ran up the fucking elevator to the goddamn apartment, basically, I ran up it. I beat the elevator there. Like, the elevator was going to its extent that it was possible, right? It wasn't trying to hold back. It wasn't trying to stop itself. It went up, and it was doing its job. It was doing its thing, right? Like, when you run, right, it's not that it's your fault, but when you tell me you could let me win, you're basically just saying, oh, you're not good enough, Patty, to fucking outrun me. That's what you're telling me.
I'm not certain what I am capable. I'm sorry, Patty, but my physical capabilities exceed that of the average human.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not the average fucking human. I work on this.
The only choice is for me to let you win.
No! The choice isn't to let me win. The choice is to do your best, and if I manage to beat you, I fucking win. Like, if you're under fucking fire and you're trying to get to your goddamn patient, the fucking people shooting around you aren't going to, like, hold up and let you win. You're trying to get in. And you're trying to save that person. And if you manage to outrun them as they're trying to shoot at you, you fucking get it. But if you get shot and you fucking die, oh well.
Patty, I'm not certain what you need me to do.
That's the problem. There's nothing you can do. I'm fucked because you can just keep up. Like, imagine you're hacking, right? You're doing your whole thing. Imagine whatever your friends, like, you're in a competition to get to the fucking center of wherever you're going as fast as possible. And then what you realize is they let you win. They let you get there first because they don't want to make you feel bad for the first time you did it. How would you feel?
I am uncertain. This has never occurred for me.
Well, I'd be fucking pissed because if somebody says they were going to race me to, like, hack to the center of whatever shit, and then I know that they didn't go the whole time, I know they held back, then I'd be fucking pissed because I would rather lose to them and know I lost and then let me win.
Are you saying you want me to win?
I don't want you to win, but I would rather you win than let me win feeling bad for you.
Troy's eyes just kind of start darting from left to right as he's processing something, and he just kind of shifts and looks back down to Patty and just asks, "Is this about Jacob?"
As he asks that, the camera cuts. It's framed on Dalton's face. As Dalton's sort of like laying back in that sort of dad mode in an airport with the family vacation sort of situation, arms crossed, sort of, you know. And as it does, we just see Dalton's eyes just all of a sudden wide open. Dalton, you smell food.
Dalton starts shifting his look around. Trying to get a beat of where it's coming from. Let me roll real quick here. On what? Who knows? +1.
Finding food sensibility.
I love the idea that Krill has the strongest nose, but because Dalton is the only one who cares about food, she's just nose blind to it. She just doesn't track.
The opposite direction from when Patty and Troy started running. You can just see down the concourse a bit, the gate sliding open, and you can see above it Papa Victor's Russian treats.
Karen, you gonna be good here?
I'll be fine.
Cool. If Patty and Troy get back, don't tell them where I am.
I won't tell him anything.
Perfect. Dalton starts
Seen it, though.
meandering
Issue.
over.
As you get there, they are just opening the gate, and there's a couple of bleary-eyed employees that are sort of coddling their coffee behind the counter. But you can see in the back that there's clearly somebody in the back who's got a little more pep in their step. As you walk in, there is a menu on the board. What you have before you is a selection of Russian breakfast treats. Across the counters, you have cherry Veroniki, which are sort of a cherry dumpling type thing. Sholatka, which is an apple cake. Vatrushka, cream cheese buns topped with raspberry jam. Plushki, they're a traditional Russian pastry, like a cream cheese Danish, covered with sugary glaze. Sweet poppy seed pierogi, sweet fried dough balls with poppy seeds. Grenki, sort of like a French toast-like thing. It's bread imbued with a egg custard, then fried off. Draniki, potato pancakes served with applesauce. Millet porridge, also semolina option if you'd prefer. Thraniki, it's a cheese pancake. And of course, they've always got Papa Victor's signature Russian tea, which has a 3-hour tea brew time on it that uses cinnamon sticks and cloves and lemon and orange juice in it. As you walk in, they immediately greet you. Like, that bad, huh?
Yeah, got stuck on a layover.
I got dragged into work because the bots.
Can't trust them to do anything.
I hear that. So, you want anything?
Yeah. Can I get a plushki?
You just want one? Or
I mean, I'm gonna get 2.
Okay, cool. 2 Plushki. Anything else? Oh, I have to offer you. Would you like Papa Victor's special Russian tea with that?
Yes.
All right. That'd be all today?
Yes.
See the dude grab the tongs. So, you been here all night, or how you stranded? Slides him into a paper sleeve.
Saw a friend off, and then the storm hit, so we had to stay indoors. You know how it is when you're traveling with Borgs.
Oh, fuck. All right. He spins around and takes the tap and pours it in. And goes over to the register, rings it up. He's like, that'll be 24 creds.
Does Dalton have? Dalton reaches for his codex and does the transaction.
If you were uncertain, give me a roll.
Yeah, it's airport food. I expected it to be expensive. +1.
In the positive, I'll give it to you.
Yes.
The transaction clears. Left with the feeling, right? The gamble. Does the debit card clear?
Yeah, when you're living on red slips from other people's cars, it's hard to know what's in your account.
Literally
Do you
every
say that out
fucking day.
loud?
No.
Okay.
I'm doing good OPSEC. I'm not gonna blurt that out.
Okay.
Well, think about what kind of restaurant you're in. They're
The
kind of call the cops.
guy slides you a cup, little lid on it, and the container. He looks to his left, he looks to his right, and he goes, "Oh, hold on. I think I screwed up your tea order. Give me let me remake that for you." And he takes your tea back, pops the lid off under the counter, puts a little nip in, recovers it, slides it over. Sorry about
Appreciate it. No, you did well. Thank you.
that, sir. Well, good luck on your travels.
Yeah, good luck with your shift. Hopefully those bots clear up soon.
They're paying me for time and a half, so I suppose.
No, not bad.
Yeah. And he just does retail worker things.
Yeah, Dalton walks away wondering to himself, do they get paid time and a half for working over a robot shift? Or is it a special holiday today? I can't remember. But Dalton just walks back to Karen.
Oh, I see you've found something to your liking.
Yeah, here, you can have this tea, though, and I got you one.
Oh.
Hands a plushki to Karen.
She takes the tea and takes a little sip.
Yeah,
All
don't tell Patty.
Tell Patty what? Good tea. Good tea.
That smells
Shh,
Good?
Crow. Don't say anything.
I
Wait, did you just say that smelled good?
yes.
The pastry or the alcohol?
Yeah. Wait, shh, quiet.
The pastry more, I think. I don't give any shits about the smell of food. Why? Damn. I wish I had taste buds.
Interesting advancement.
When was the last time I had a NutriShake? Am I low on calories? I'm gonna have to take a moment to process this. Enjoy it, though. I'm sure it's very enjoyable.
Dalton's already halfway through it.
Lightly nibbling.
As Dalton mumbles his way into the first bit of actual sugar he's had in a little bit, probably.
He almost blacks out.
You know, dopamine receptors firing in mass.
That's not real sugar TM. That's sugar.
Sugar is a plant product. They easily produce it within the agri fields.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beats, baby.
Yup. So as Dalton, a scene that was started on Dalton going, now ends as Dalton sort of fades back into the oblivion, the happiness of having some sugar, some
Food coma must be coming on.
some fat, some fried good, some baked good sort of goodness. The camera cuts back and we find ourselves some time after Troy asked the dreaded question of Patty, is this about Jacob? What has happened? Not what has transpired in between, but where do we find ourselves in that 5 minutes?
There's that cut from the tea, and then Patty's just staring at like the closest bar that they just passed, and she's like, "It's right there, man. It's fucking right there. It's less than 5 feet away from me."
Troy takes another step closer to Patty and just asks, Patty, do you want to talk?
Don't be my fucking therapist. And she starts walking, still in the direction away from the crew.
Troy tries to grab Patty's shoulder.
Hey, fuck off!
Should I roll for that, or are we going to say that just happens? It's going to be
I'm
up to Patty, I think.
I'm contesting that.
I mean, okay. I don't know what's to contest because I don't think Troy is grabbing your shoulder like I'm going to hang on no matter what.
Yeah, no, he's not going to
Yeah.
So
Well,
it would be shruggable.
As soon as he grabs, she just like throws her shoulder. Do that again. I'm gonna shock you with my fucking hands, okay?
Patty, these are not my therapy protocols that are kicking in. This is me.
Yeah, well,
I am asking.
yeah, well, if you want to ask, don't fucking grab my goddamn shoulder.
Do you want to talk, Patty?
No, and she keeps walking.
Troy's fallen, but he's giving her distance. Making sure that at the very least she stays within visual contact of him. And he's just kind of keeping a quiet observation of her.
She's walking ahead, and there's just complete silence, and you can just hear the loud breathing as she eventually stops, turns on her heel. What the fuck do you get off on trying to lecture me if I want to fucking talk? All right, you've been alive for what, maybe 2 weeks now, and you're trying to tell me if I need help?
I am not the one currently having a crisis.
I'm not having a fucking crisis. I'm getting lectured by a goddamn fucking person that just realized he was a person 2 weeks ago because he took some fucking random goddamn drug. Fuck you, man.
I am not trying to lecture you.
Oh, right. And this is just like the fucking time that fucking John tried to get me into a fucking therapy program, but I had a fucking 3 14-hour shifts right when I was supposed to do it. So, oh yeah, you're definitely not trying to lecture me. Get off my fucking case.
I am not trying to use any of my therapy protocols. I am trying to talk to you as a friend.
You know, as a friend, go fuck yourself.
There's not much of an expressive mood change in Troy, but he does just kind of back off a little bit. And he decides and says, "Very well, I will leave you alone," and turns and begins to make his way back towards the main group.
Patty stands. Kai, can you flip a coin for me?
Tails.
She doesn't automatically say anything, but she almost weakly says, no, but she says it very quietly. She's like, bow to, but then she's like, she just drops it. God damn it, Patty, you fucking... The one person who actually likes you, and you fucking... Oh, God. She... Troy, wait up. I'm
pauses and turns around.
I'm sorry.
You do not need to apologize.
No, I'm being an asshole, okay? You, out of all of us, is the nicest one, right? I'm sorry. I'm a bitch, okay? I don't know how else to say it. I'm a fucking asshole. I piss everybody off around me, and before they're trying to help me, I push them away. I'm sorry. I just I don't know, man. I'm in the middle of a goddamn spaceport, and I'm having to feel all of me right now, and I am stuck here, okay? I'm feeling like a fucking goddamn rat in a fucking box.
I wish there was something I could do to help you.
Okay. Don't tell anyone else that you heard this, okay? I'm just fucking fed up, okay? I don't know. It just feels like I've been on a fucking down shit, getting fucking fucked in the face. Okay? Fucking... I go medtech, and I'm fucking like, great, alright? I get my shit together, right? I figure out I'm a fucking woman. Great. That's fantastic. Get rid of the beard. It's gone. Great. And then I goddamn leave medtech, and I leave medtech to save a fucking 14-year-old. I'm like, it's a fucking kid, alright? Like, the fucked up world as it is, it's still a goddamn kid. You gotta try. Turns out the fucking kid's a goddamn serial killer, and then you're like, okay, he's a serial killer. Like, fuck, dude, I just saved the dude, and yeah, I have to do my job, whatever, but it still fucks with you, okay? It's still like, oh shit, I saved a goddamn serial killer who kills a bunch of people, and he's getting sent off to fucking face calling. And then, turns out you're like, okay, shit, everything's fucking falling apart. And you're actively watching everything falling apart. And then the fucking guy who's chilling with you, and he's like, hey, I'm fucking your ass, and then I just fucking leave your ass high and dry, and you're like, bruh, you don't even have a fucking, like, decency to comment it? Jesus. And you can see her hands are starting to shake a little bit.
Were you close with Jacob?
No.
I
But
don't
he wa-
believe. I don't
You-
believe I need to activate my empathy protocols to tell that that is a lie.
I mean, if we were really close, he would have just left my ass. But he was there. It was nice, okay? You know the shit that really fucking pisses me off? Like, the fucking, like, two dudes at the fucking Little Angels, right? They were complete bitches, but they gave me, like, a nice makeup look, and he didn't even fucking comment on it. Like, I don't know.
Perhaps Jacob was an inadequate partner. Perhaps you should consider letting him go.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be real fucking easy to do, Troy. Like, oh yeah, the guy who says, "Oh, I'll keep in touch. I'll write you fucking maybe journal diaries like once a year or something, and you'll fucking hang on for every goddamn word." Because you're like, I don't fucking know.
So Jacob has lied to you and broken your trust.
It's not
Why
that
do you
he.
still have feelings
It's
for
not
him?
that he broke my trust. I don't know. I got too close too hard. Fucking. Look, Troy, okay, the thing is, humans do this thing a lot where first person we meet after a long fucking while, we might get like really hard attacked for no fucking reasons, and then they're treating it like the thing that it was, like a basic nothing fling, and then you're like, and then they leave, and then you're like, shit, I had feelings, like what the fuck?
I don't think I can relate to that one.
Which is the problem, right? Like, it would be a lot easier to tell this to a fucking Karen or Dalton, right? They're humans, right? They figured out this shit. They dealt with this shit. But fuck them both, okay? Like, I look at them and I feel like I know I feel like they're judging me. I feel like they're looking at me and they're thinking, oh, this is a bitch. Like, who the fuck is she? Like, you're the only person I can actually talk to because, I don't know, you don't judge me? Like, you're just trying to figure this shit out. You're trying to learn humans, but, like, because of that, you're so fucking, like... I don't know, man. What the fuck am I supposed to do from here, alright? I'm stuck in the fucking middle of a spaceport. Shit's gone to hell. I'm fucking broke as hell. Like... I'm at the bottom of the barrel here.
Perhaps you should consider seeking a new partner once we're able to leave this port.
Oh yeah, just seek another partner and just do the same shit again. Maybe this time I'll leave them this time because I'll be too busy with my goddamn job. Like fucking reason why Josie broke up is because I worked too much and I flaked on our dates too often. Like, that's the thing, right? Everything else in your fucking life is just shit, right? Like, it's bullshit. But when you're in it and you're in the zone, nothing else matters. You know what you're doing. You know what you need to do. You know you need to get in, get out, and it's fine. Everything else, though, gets fucked. And the minute you get out of that, you're just basically waiting until the next run.
I don't think I understand.
There's a reason I go on 14-hour medtech shifts, Troy. Because nothing else matters at that point. You're just doing your job. And it's easy, it's simple, and God, just the rush. You know, like that adrenaline you get being attacked. That's the feeling for 14 hours.
Actually, I think I do understand. There's a similar feeling I have during net running.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I just wish I could just turn myself off, turn it back on the moment when they need me, right? But here I am. I've got a fucking brain that I can't just do that.
Even I can't do that.
What am I supposed to do from here? I don't have a job anymore. All the people in my life either can't work with me anymore because I fucking screwed them over in the company, or they fucking hate me because I flaked on, or where do I go from here? Do I just put a fucking bullet in my brain? Is that what I do? Just take the world out? Whatever?
As Patty yells about where does she go from here, the camera cuts back and Dalton, give me a roll.
+1.
As the camera cuts back, we see Dalton riding in a cart with one of the spaceport staff, racing against one of the other staff at this point. Just up and down the concourse. What do you say, Dalton?
It's Dalton's like skidding all over the place, like sliding out the back of the cart over and over again, ahead of the other guy, and just turns and yells back. See, the trick is you want to make sure no matter what, you always have traction. You can throw your car out and spin it like an idiot, but as long as you don't lose control, you're always going to fucking handle it.
All right. I'm learning. I'm going to get you yet. Hold on. Another lap or two. I don't have to be back to work yet.
I mean, I'm winning 6 laps up, but sure.
Chip, Sugar, Trix, looks like they're coming back. Let's get the starting lights ready for them again.
Fucking makes it back. Dude leans over when you hit the finish/start line. He's like, my name's Lachlan, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
All right, I see how it is. That's I get it. Play it cool. I get it. It's not like I could get fired for letting you play around in one of the carts and you won't even tell me your name. But that's fine. It's fine. I see you. All right.
Fair enough, Dalton. Nice to meet you.
Ah, there it is. All right, Dalton. Lap number 7. I'm gonna get you yet.
If you get 1, that's a hell of an accomplishment.
All right. Give me your roll, Dalton.
You better not be on my driving, kid. -1.
That's a lot of pluses.
Doesn't need a bunch of do.
It's all
a
force.
bunch of
I can't
anyways.
even fucking do the check.
I trust you.
Yeah, it's all
It's
force.
okay. With -1, I hit 4 too.
So you are tied coming off the line. Fucking Lachlan this time. Fucking, he's like, I'm learning, old man. And I mean, we've got like full initial D anime, like as we're watching this, but they're like actually just sort of like creeping along. Like it's just, slow electric cart sort of shit. But we've got the speed lines and the dramatic music going and the fucking tire squeals, sound goes, even though the tires don't squeal. Right? Fucking, yeah. Full anime effects going on for this. It's like, see, I got you, old man. I'm gonna show you.
Oh, nothing beats wisdom, kid. You're not even close.
As you come up on the closed the closed duty free shop, Lachlan tries to make a maneuver. He's gonna get a little British touring car driver, and you feel a little tap against that little love tap on the side. He's gonna trade some paint if he can. Give me a roll.
+2.
The maneuver does not go well for him. he goes over, and he's not used to like the like when he touches your tires sort of situation, right? And it changes the traction on his tires, and so he's not sure how to quite recover from that, and he ends up behind your bumper again.
Amateur, absolutely amateur.
I mean, yeah. I don't know of a spaceport pro kart league, but yeah, I think I am an amateur. Well, give me a roll.
-2.
That takes you down to 3. All right, he got a +2, so you're still ahead.
I'm the drive champ.
as a sort of the dramatic music flares, and the like the boom, full fucking like everything slows down, and you start to hear the heartbeat. This dramatic scene takes place as you come down to the sort of like the pillar, the post that you guys have been using as a marker for turning it around. What do you do as you go around the post?
I'm going to slide out so far ahead that I can turn the car sideways and just flip him off while he comes around the post.
Give me a roll.
+1.
It's a +3, but like, you absolutely do it. As you slide out and flip him off. He's like, "Fuck you too, old man. It's okay. I'll beat you when you're dead."
That's the only time you'll be able to pull it off.
Lachlan swings it around the pillar, using picking up one of the little tricks he's learned on 7 laps with you as you were instructing him as you go. Coming down the straightaway with a solid lead. Give me a roll.
Zero.
And he's a 0, but he's a kart driver. So his drive skill is a 1 at best. And so, yeah, you handily just take it across the finish line.
Hey, what can I say? Just another win for me over here.
7, Dalton.
In the pro circuit, I get to keep your cart now.
He goes, in the spaceport circuit, and he pushes a button on the dash, and your cart just starts following his again. He's like, in the spaceport circuit, your cart follows mine.
Yeah, I figured it was a long shot to get that cart.
He's now like laughing a bit as he's like, and he's taking you a little further down, so you have to walk back.
Oh, God damn it. Jump off.
He's like, "Till next time, Dalton."
See you later.
You're right across
I'm trying to remember his name.
You're right across the way from Papa Victor's again.
Dalton looks for the person that served him.
It seems to be the second guy, but he's over there like refilling the stupid accoutrement, like at the tables and that sort of thing, like wiping them down, getting ready for the rush that's not coming.
Yeah, just Dalton passes by and just heads back to Karen. Did you see those wins? I crushed that kid.
Bet you must feel like a big man.
Yes, I do. It's very hard to drive those carts.
I was more impressed the time the time difference he kept shrinking in between every round. Were you giving him tips?
Yeah, well, it's the least I could do. I always want to foster the next generation of racers so I can take their cars.
Mathematically, he only needed about 12 more rounds and he would be actually competing with you.
No, well, glad we stopped at 7 then.
Krill, darling. I'm
Yes.
curious. You're behaving a little different today. I'm assuming I might know why, but do you have an inkling on why?
I'm curious to see what your theory is. So I find my own mental scape a cacophony sometimes.
Fair. Well, having Jacob leave seems to have definitely affected one of us. But I'm not sure if that's what's up with you. You have something else on the horizon that's a bit more personal. Is that-
Mortality feels like it's creeping in fast, and I am itching to get out of this form. But I'd be lying if I said I was excited for the next one. I do
Understandable.
apologize if I seem too short-fused than normal.
Still a longer one than some people.
A lot of my core functionality is falling apart, and I can feel data that I once relied on just corrupting with time. It is feeling like watching oneself slowly die.
Welcome to every day.
Indeed. Without the extra components, I don't have as much processing being distracted. And now I seem to be sat with just me.
Is it just you here?
Pardon me, I mean more inside my head. I can't even hear my drones returning data as easily as I could before.
Are you feeling lonely?
Lonely may not be the word to use, but everything feels irritably quieter than I'm used to. I can't even watch the documentaries Dalton got me to download, as I don't have an internal projector for my mind currently.
Okay, I could see how that would get annoying if I had that, and then I didn't. Okay, fair. Fair. Frustrating. Okay. But you're excited, aren't you?
The new form... If you asked me when I first got out of that lab if I wanted a body that looked perfectly human, I'd say nothing more. To put it simple, I may have gotten used to being a fish monster this last while.
Feels like becoming someone else who's not you.
Yes.
I can see how that might be a thing, but I have a feeling you're gonna make it into you very quickly.
I can't modify that tech. It is a tier above the level I have worked with. What technology I work with is mostly pre the data tap of that gosh darn obelisk. What they've learned from the influx event has expanded everything, and I have not played with any of that tech. It's expensive, held by the elites, and there is a slab of it laying on our table back at the base, and it's like trying to read Greek when all you know is Polish.
Mm-mm. So
I'm
you'll
worried,
have to rely on others then.
at least to learn how to work with it at the very most, but it will be as if I am genuinely trapped in flesh once again. No real difference. To me, at least.
It's flesh that won't kill you. At least not as expediently.
She looks at her wrist, the chemically paled, nearly almost transparent from just how much awful shit has happened to it. The blue veins. Yeah, you're right there. Doesn't mean I'm not afraid of my capabilities. I feel useful in this form, even if I am falling apart. The last thing I want to do is just be there.
I have a feeling you'll make yourself useful. But not worrying about you keeling over every 5 minutes would make my life a lot simpler. Can't imagine how much of a stress that'll be when it's off your back.
You actually see number 2 float over your shoulder and just start aggressively nodding in Curl's direction. I don't need it from you two, thank you.
Yeah, but we all agree.
I can't see the future. And I can't calculate it either. Can't predict, can't... I am going in blind, and I know not what that body will feel like. Ow. It scares me. All right.
As it should. You'll be fine.
You're normally right about things, Karen, so I hope you are now.
Just trust me.
You might be the first group of humans I can even remotely say I'm close to trusting. And
We'll work on
there's just snips like bumping into her ankle. Thank you for wanting my health to improve. I don't have many people, that many humans that care, even remotely.
As Krill says, humans that care, the camera transitions to Troy, still jogging at pace behind Patty.
Patty is slowed down a lot. She's starting to feel it in her muscles now. She's like, oh, fuck. Oh, God. Can we stop?
We can stop anytime we want. I have been
Okay.
following your lead.
God. That's the problem. I start running and I get into runner's high and I forget. And where are we?
We are at the other end of the terminal.
How far of a walk is that?
It's
I'm gonna say like 10 minutes.
yeah, I was gonna say it's not that far. You know,
Yeah, it's not
depending
huge,
on
but-
depending on how you treat this, you
Yeah.
know, your walking speed. 15-ish minutes.
God. Okay. Well, it's time to start the cooldown. I think I worked out enough energy, so I don't think I'm going to automatically kill someone.
Would you like to return to the group?
Yeah, but let's do half and half this time. Half run, walk, run, walk. This way I can chill out.
Very well. Shall I continue to follow your lead, or shall I take the lead?
You know what? Set a pace, okay? We're gonna do. Let's think. First half is easy. Last half we're gonna go hard, okay?
Very well. Setting a timer for pacing.
All right. So, first half, how fast are we going? We going like jog, going middle jog.
Probably
or-
good power walk. Nothing
Okay.
too hard.
Gotcha. So Patty's just like full arm swinging, like full like speed walker mode.
Troy's about, I mean, kind of sort of mimicking those, but he really
Yeah.
doesn't have to put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah. Well, I think Patty's a little shorter, so she has to like do a little bit to keep up. She's like, I got a question. Why the fuck did they decide to make you like a fucking giant?
This is my default mode. I am actually capable of changing my sizes.
What's the shortest you can go?
5'6".
Can I see it?
Wow, it's about fucking time I actually did this. So, we're going to use Troy's stunt appearance sliders. And Troy's going to activate twink mode. He's going to shrink his body. You just see his body just kind of start shrinking in a little bit. His muscles are a lot skinnier, or his arms become a lot skinnier. He's a lot more kind of, I guess, effeminate looking, while still maintaining, you know, a certain level of masculinity. And how tall is Patty again?
6 foot.
Yeah, he's about 4. He just slowly shrinks to about 2 inches taller than Patty, to about 4 inches taller than Patty, or 4 inches below Patty.
Well, if he's 5'6", that's 6 inches shorter.
Oh shit, you're right. My bad. Yeah, so now he's about 6 inches shorter than Patty, and he's skinny and kind of, you know, lanky and twiggy. You just saw a buff man, well, relatively toned, stocky man, just transform to your before your eyes into a fucking twink. Is this to your liking now?
I'm just... My mind's kind of blown, not gonna lie. Like, you watch surgeries, people can get their bodies enhanced and everything, but it's just weird watching you literally switch sizes in like the span of like 10 seconds.
I can be even taller than the default form, although that would require a short recharge period.
You don't have to go to the highest form, but what's the highest you can go?
7'2".
Damn! That's... Jesus. And she's just like looking up and she's trying to like imagine 7'2", and she's like, damn, they fucking built you.
The Troy Series 3 was designed to accommodate a wide variety of interests and tastes.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of impressed. That's... The question I have to ask is, if you go buff mode or skinny mode, does that affect how much you can carry?
No. I still maintain the level of capabilities and my weight.
So you just see a So you just like you got this, you got tiny Troy, and so he could just pick up Krill the same as like big Troy.
Pretty much. And he's still about as heavy. He's basically kind of a heavy twink.
You know? Nice. But we should probably get going. I got a little distracted. Let's go. And we start hitting the actual running part, and she starts hitting it. She's like, okay, all right, I am feeling it in my sides. That hurts. And
Troy's been keeping pace with you too. Even he's about as capable as he was in his default form.
Patty's like trying, like muttering to herself as they're running through it, and she's like, why is it so fucking hard to say? Troy, I just want to say, thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I feel a little better, I guess.
I don't know what's going to happen either. And my inability, and I'll admit, my inability to predict is kind of exciting.
That is a feeling I know very well. The best feeling is you're trying to like go in and you're trying to get shit, but then you don't know what is going to happen. Somebody like might just start running in and start like, it's like when fucking Jigu was shooting bullets all over. You're like, okay, you're trying to hop in, you're trying to stop him, but then he just like jumps over. You're like, what? Fucking, you just go again. And it's just, I don't know, just random shit just is just like insane and it's fun. Like a little chaos.
It was the random chaos that enabled me to meet my friends on the net.
It was the random chaos that had us accidentally meet you. So
This is true. Without the random chaos, I never would have befriended either of you.
that's true. And without the random chaos, Karen wouldn't have had another person she can learn to hate.
Without the random chaos, I don't believe I would be achieving sentience.
Well, here's to random chaos, and she's trying to go for that the high five as the mid. And then she's like, trying to.
Troy high fives you, and
Yeah. And then in the process, though, she's like, oh shit. And then she stumbles over. She's like, you fucking kidding me?
Troy does attempt to stop you from tumbling over.
Okay.
Should we roll for that, or should we just say Troy succeeds? Or could we say just Troy fails?
Patty falls. It's a -3 for her. She's going
All right.
down.
We're gonna We'll go with that roll. And Troy looks down at Patty and goes, "Are you okay?"
Well, no. I guess let's. I don't know. What do they say? It's like the first step to being okay, knowing you're not okay.
I'm not certain that any of us are okay.
You want to just lie in the middle of the fucking road here? Just do nothing for the next couple minutes.
Troy just looks around, seeing that the place is pretty much empty, and just kind of shrugs and says, "I suppose we won't be bothering anyone."
Well, if we're bothering anybody, I'm pretty sure the only one we're going to bother is those fucking robots that just going to try to, like, hit us.
Would you like an assistant getting up?
I can get up, I just don't want to. Sometimes, Troy, whenever you're feeling like shit, sometimes you just gotta lie on the ground.
I don't see the purpose.
That's the point. There is no point to it. You're just doing it.
Does Troy join her?
I'm really thinking about it. Yeah, you know what? For the sake of the scene, Troy just gets down and planks on the floor next to Patty, face down.
Faces down.
Face down. I mean, you fell forward, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, she fell over herself and landed on her back.
Oh. Troy's still facing down.
Okay. Patty just lying beside, and she's like,
I do not feel any different.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's about feeling different. It's just different, I guess. The weird thing about humans is sometimes we do a lot of shit because we don't think about it too much. Because if you start thinking about it, it takes away the whole point of it. Like, me having to explain this to you now is actually taking away the fun of this.
Would you like me to stop asking questions?
No, it's fine. I like answering your questions. It's just sometimes humans just do things to human. That's it. There's no other point to it.
By the way, have we gotten out of character? Have we gotten close enough for the group to see us doing this? We were making some progress.
Average walking speed is 3 miles an hour. The concourse is, you split the difference, functionally speaking. The concourse is 8,000 feet long. You managed to make, if you started running a little bit, right? Like, you might be in range of, like, some binocular sort of look, depending on how long you ran. I don't know. But it didn't sound like you ran that long.
All right,
probably consistently for a short period, but not long distance.
So this is still probably a private moment between Patty and Troy.
Yes.
Okay.
The town drunk and the robot having personal conversations.
So, as Troy lays face down, planked out, laying next to a face-up Patty, staring the ceiling of the concourse.
Is it glass or is it just...
No,
regular?
inside it's the walls are largely glass, but the ceiling is just a ceiling. The camera sort of just slowly pans up and transitions off of them. What's Karen doing?
Karen has gotten up and started walking opposite of where Patty is, towards the Russian store.
Papa Victor's.
Yes.
Okay. Are we headed there, or are we just walking that direction?
I am headed there.
Okay.
I have since finished my tea, and I'm bringing back the cup for a refill.
Okay. As you walk in, guy behind the counter says, "Oh, good morning, ma'am. What can I get for you today?"
Oh, hi. I some drink from here earlier, some kind of delicious tea. I was wondering if I could get a possible refill on that.
Oh, yes, that's probably Papa Victor's old-fashioned Russian tea.
Ah, yes. Yes. See, it was very, very Russian. I was very happy.
Yeah, we make it in-house with cinnamon and clove and lemon and orange juice. It's delicious. And it takes 3 hours to brew.
Huh. Is there any add-ons I could maybe top it off with?
I mean, not really. I mean, I suppose we could put some, like, whipped cream on it or something for you if you wanted to. We have some cream for our other baked goods at this time of day.
Now, this is a Russian place, but it's the term. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna do with British people. I think Irish. Any way you could make a little, a little happier on the little tea this morning?
Sorry, ma'am. This is a non-alcoholic establishment
Oh,
per Farragut regulations.
I apologize. I did not realize. Oh, well, if I could get a refill anyway, that'd be great.
Oh, happy to serve you this morning. Would you like any of our delicious, freshly baked items?
Let me look at your menu again. It did look. I had one earlier. There was a blueberry one. Yes, Vatrushka. Yeah, Vatrushka. Could I have one of the Vatrushkas?
Oh, the Vitrushkas this morning are made with raspberry. I hope that's okay with you.
That would be great.
Just one?
Yes.
Okay. He turns around, pours the tea into a disposable cup, pulls a Vitrushka out, slides it in its sleeve, goes down to the register, says, "That'll be 18 creds, please."
Oh. Well, let's see if this will work. Zooming out regular roll. -2.
I mean, you would have the wealth track for this, and you're in charge of a bunch of people's money anyway. Like, I mean, I don't really require a roll.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, thank you. If there's anything else, you can always return to Papa Victor's, where we treat you like family.
I'll be sure to recommend you. Appreciate you.
Have a wonderful day, miss.
With that, Karen starts heading back and turns her calm back on, but to talk directly to just Krill as I'm walking back. Krill, dear. Do you have any way?
Realizing it's not going to the normal channel, just mutes everything else to make sure there's no outgoing. Sorry, you were saying?
Can you mask the taste of alcohol? Like make someone think something has alcohol in it? Say with any of those drugs you have on hand from Miss Patty?
We had isopropylene that could potentially, in small amounts, create the smell of alcohol. If we put it in a drink, though, it would become very toxic to any person upon consumption.
I mean, it was a long shot anyway. Thank you.
I'm sorry that I could not be of more help there.
Whatever. We'll roll with it.
Unless someone has months to ferment some fruit or something.
What? No. Who has time? No. All right. No,
We could always just see if one of the establishments that Patty hadn't tried to piss off, someone might be cleaning on the inside and willing to score us something. Being nice tends to go farther than not.
Not worth it.
Understood. I did like the idea, though.
No. We'll roll with this. With that, Karen just heads back to the group with not eating the pastry and not drinking the tea.
The quote, Bill hasn't left the call yet. You got another one of those pastries, didn't you? I can smell it.
Why, do you want some?
I can't eat it. I couldn't taste it even if I could.
That didn't answer my question.
Yes! Dalton can actively probably see Krill having a little bit of like a flusteredness to her, even though from his perspective, she's just mute. She's just there making gestures to the air.
Krill, I know you're on the phone when you're doing that.
Without leaving the call, Karen is teasing me. I wish I had taste buds. I don't know why I wish I had taste buds, but at this point I can't mask any of those scents coming into me. They are just wafting at me at this point, and I have no internal calculations to do right now. I've already designed your car.
As Karen makes her way back, our two parties would collide, as it were. Karen arriving back to Dalton and Krill, just as a properly sweaty Patty has made her way back with a perfectly normal but now twinked out version of Troy.
Why did I say run that hard on the last half?
It was your
Oh.
suggestion. I was
I
following your
know.
recommendation.
I'm
Yeah,
a
you gotta
fucking-
get out of that habit.
How much? I understand that you can lose weight from cardio, but how did Troy lose that much weight?
Oh, I just swapped out his mind with another robot.
Fuck you, it's not that easy.
Yes,
I
it
believe she
is.
was attempting some. I believe she was attempting some form of joke. Patty had requested that I activate my change protocols. I am capable of changing my sizes between various forms.
How tall can you go?
7 feet 2 inches.
Oh my god, I want to see it.
Unfortunately, I will need a period to recharge.
Yeah, I would say let's do that on a free night whenever we're not in the middle of
Patty, why did you make him go to the shortest?
Because I wanted to see how small he could go.
Why didn't you?
Walks up to Troy and does like one of these. It's like, wow, you're almost as small as me.
I would go smaller, but my limit is 5 foot 6 inches.
Still 2 inches taller than me.
Ooh, sorry.
But you weigh the same, yes?
Yes.
Hmm.
I am not capable of changing my mass, only my volume.
Let's just keep that in mind. Interesting.
Aaron, he will
Great.
not go twink mode and dom you. I'm sorry.
Not where I was going, but thanks for putting that in my head.
Thanks for putting that in my head too, Patty.
You're welcome.
Now,
Been a while since I've engaged the twink mode.
Troy, are you compact? Is that what has happened here? Are your internal systems like found more space to like compact into? Does that mean when you're taller that things are like retracting?
My internal systems are more compartmentalized. They are designed to compact.
Question. Sorry.
Go ahead.
What size feels most comfortable to you? like, you know, like we've asked you to go big and be curious about small. What's your preferred size?
I suppose I don't really have a preferred size. I usually just revert to the default.
Do you understand? I mean, I'm sure you know of the concept, but have you understood the concept of comfort?
To some extent, yes.
When do you feel most comfortable?
When I am on the net.
So when you
Oh.
don't have a body?
That is intriguing.
I suppose that would be accurate, Patty. In many ways, when I'm back in the Troy body, I feel limited.
Do you know, have you heard of a thing called dysmorphia or dysphoria?
I have. I am aware of of a phenomenon of body and gender dysmorphia.
Okay. Do you feel anything like that when you're in a body? Do you think it feels wrong?
That is not clear. It feels like a limitation, not wrong.
Do you dislike that limitation?
To a certain extent, yes.
So wouldn't it feel wrong then to have that limitation?
To a certain extent, yes. But I don't feel any dread, I suppose. I do not feel as though I do not belong. I just feel constrained.
I mean, I felt the same way before all this shit happened. I mean, I lived in my body and I could deal with it, but it wasn't like wrong. It was just, I felt limited. I felt like I couldn't do as much with what I was.
I would imagine it would be like entering a broken body.
Not broken, just incomplete.
When I am on the net, I feel more free. My perceptions are opened up. Here, it is like I'm staring through pinholes.
Interesting. I don't have anything to say about that. That's just weird.
As this conversation occurs, two things happen. One, hours having passed, 3 to 4 hours having passed now. Shops are starting to open. There's a little more foot traffic occurring. Boop. Good morning, NSF residents. It looks like our EM storm has passed. So, enjoy. Get out there. Oh, by the way, it's still raining, though. Have a good one.
Dalton pulls out his codex and immediately summons a car to be outside.
Girl's just tapping her fucking umbrella.
Hey.
Fist.
Where's my backpack?
Where?
You ripped
Oh.
it open at some point.
Bro, I literally
is your
left it with you. I put it right beside you.
And I left it on the ground.
Have you moved at all?
I have, but also there's been a lot of cleaning droids coming and going.
Okay, they're not gonna vacuum over a whole ass back.
Bill just points and you see a lost and found droid, checking under chairs and shit. Don't ask me.
Damn it. You know, next time I leave my shit with you, at least just give me a heads up that you're gonna be walking away from it. And she starts looking for the closest lost and found.
Give me a roll.
All right. Investigate check. +0, so it's a +1.
There's a sign that says lost and found, and it's got an arrow.
All right. God damn it. She puts her codex back on. Give me a couple minutes. And she gets her jacket. Doesn't put it on, but just keeps it on her.
The moment Patty walks away, Krill starts leaving for the door. Kind of making a shh, shh, let's go.
Troy's assisting Patty.
Damn it.
And as they're going, Patty's like, okay, you know the most frustrating thing about Jacob is the fact that we had to take care of his ass for 3 days straight. And then after all that shit, he just fucking leaves us? Like, what the fuck, dude? Just doesn't even fucking kiss and say goodbye, or I don't fucking know.
While it was potentially inconsiderate, to be fair, he had the opportunity to leave on a spaceship.
I'm not judging him for the opportunity to leave on the spaceship. That's not what I'm judging about. I'm mad, and I don't have any way to express that.
The camera fades, and we see the text 15 minutes later. The lost and found is at the other end of the concourse.
Yes. All right. No. She walked that far. Okay. Krill did try and get it down as best as she could, or ask for help to get it down. Then.
Oh yeah. Karen went and got it down. Yeah. And I huck it at Dalton.
The arrow was a sign. You guys have planted yourself as you walk right in the middle, and the arrow was just sort of one of those arrows that you're like, okay, wait, if I stand on this side, what direction am I supposed to actually go? Because the
So it
arrow's
takes a
just
little bit
pointing
longer
up,
to actually find it.
right? And you're just like, is it?
It's one of those stupid airport things where it's a colored arrow and you need to walk so far before that colored line appears on the floor leading you to where you're supposed to be. But that shit's so goddamn impossible to fucking figure out.
Luckily, it's a +1 investigation, so it takes a minute, but she'll eventually circumnavigate. And, like, it takes, like, okay, it's not here. It's not here. Okay, fucking finally. Jesus Christ.
So you would end up having to go the other direction again. So you guys would then see Patty and Troy coming back without the bag.
I'm fucking telling you, this shit is impossible to navigate. Why do they do this? Is it purpose? Are they just pricks? And, like, she's yelling out to the group as she's walking.
This facility is designed to accommodate a wide variety and sizes of spaceships.
Yeah, it's not...
Found your bag.
Where the fuck was it?
It was under a chair.
I'm
Anyway, here
calling
you go.
bullshit. I would like to do an empathy check.
Is empathy how you see through a deception?
Well,
Is it?
there's a... Okay, so if we want to do a deception here, right, Dalton can go ahead and try that.
It's not my best skill, but
It's not even one of your good ones.
let's not get into it. +3, baby.
Hey,
Three.
let's go.
Yes.
-1, so that's a
No,
3.
no. See, the counter to that, immediate counter to deception is investigate.
Oh. Okay. Well, then...
Weird. It was under a chair.
Patty
Just under a
takes the
chair.
bag and swings it around her back. Next time, keep an eye on it, please. This is not
We
cheap.
kept it
It's
under
not.
we kept it under a chair. It was totally safe. Let's just get out of here.
You lost track of it. This shit ain't
Oh.
cheap. Do you realize
I
how much
figure
it-
you're thirsty too, Patty. Here, have a beverage.
Thanks.
Hands over the tea.
Is the other food still available? Like the one, is it visible, or have you like eaten it or something?
Oh, I have it in my hand.
Can I get a bite of that?
Oh, it's not for you.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
So-
Thanks. And starts drinking
so
the tea.
you know, in the future, right? If you wanted to actively defeat a deception, right? Like if you wanted to tag back and forth and investigate it further, then you use the empathy as a counter check from the deception side.
Gotcha.
So you can deceive, you can be investigated, and then you can use your empathy to counter that investigation.
Gotcha. Okay, Patty's just
So like,
doesn't care enough to look further. She's like, fine. And she slips on the backpack, and the medtac gear did not get lost. She looks at
No.
it. She picks it up. She's like running her fingers over the different parts and the different parts of it that are like sewed and strapped together, and she's running through the moment. She sees like the parts where it's been like stitched back together. She feels like the impact from like different forces at different moments.
Karen puts a hand lightly on Patty's shoulder and says, "You don't have to put that on right now."
Brill,
Yes.
how much does a semi or decently used medtac jacket go for on the net?
That's variable. It would be mattering on who I'm talking to more. Find the desperate enough buyer who doesn't want it to be known that they bought said equipment. We can get a pretty good price. We open marketplace it and say how they got it, then we're looking at a cheaper thing. I can't actually just give you an eyeballed number. If I wanted to say a range, Kai, is there could she lore roll something like that, or is it just too variable?
it is entirely too variable.
Yeah. Nah. Patty, it's entirely based off of who's buying more than what it's worth. If you don't care who it goes to, that could be a pretty penny.
Especially given the highly used nature.
Some people might have a heist in order that they need a medtac garb for to sneak in. Those people pay real good for it. Someone wants to just use it as body armor, they might see its used quality as less than superb.
She looks back at Karen a moment, and she's taking like a deep breath. She's like, ugh. Well, you're good with tech and you're good with finding information. If you could get a decent buyer, I'm not looking like the best buyer, just something that would be something I could do to get some armor that's different, looks different, but maybe the same level of quality. Or not the same level, but functional. Just something I could sell this and then buy something else.
Alright, now here's the real Krill question, Kai. Is this tech? Is this armor? Is this high tech to Krill, low tech, mid? What is she looking at from her perspective?
Meh. I mean,
It's
it's good, but it's not great. It's, it's off the shelf kind of gear.
So, what medtech's running with isn't bad, but if I'm honest, Patty, that is more usable as scrap towards your next armor that I make than us just trying to replace it with more off-the-shelf garbage. Are you willing to see it,
let's
deconstructed?
let's put a pin in that and talk about that when we get back to the base.
Okay. I can make new pieces that don't replace the body armor, just so you can see what you would be getting your hands into, and then you can decide if you want to donate it to the cause then. How about that?
She just nods, doesn't say anything, and then she just puts the gear in the backpack and zips it up and puts it on her backpack. She's not putting it in the backpack, but she's putting in the backpack for later.
Understood. I will make a note of us to rediscuss this once we have Dalton's immediate needs handled.
Something wrong with Dalton?
Nothing wrong with him. Something soon
Good.
to be with someone who fucked with him.
Alright. Alright. You good, Dalton?
Oh, I'm just fine.
Okay.
I think the closest the lab has is a cooler, not a freezer.
Let's look at the lab again.
So
I don't see a cooler.
no, because it's the person who built it.
That's why I asked
Yeah.
the GM.
Nothing? Not even a fridge or anything?
Nope.
Nope, shit.
We have storage lockers, but we don't have freezers.
You you have spent 0 time equipping your base. So yeah, it is basically as it stood, but with slightly less junk and a cleaner floor, admittedly so. Troy did clean it up. But as you leave...
Then Jacob shat all over said floor.
As you leave...
Still cleaning it up.
Yeah, Troy, clean that up. As you leave, it's coming up on 8:30 a.m. as you leave the concourse. You can sort of see the sun off in the distance a little bit, but the rain clouds are still firmly above you. And it's a sort of gray, dreary morning on the Pacific Ocean as the tarmac of the Farragut Galactic Launch Center is sort of covered in, it is wet, but it drains. It drains very efficiently, but it is definitively wet. And the camera watches you guys come out of the doors and spins above you and turns itself. And we watch the 5 of you walking into the rain, one limping, carrying an umbrella, one now slightly shorter android, one driver who is happy to finally get to drive a car again,
Oh yeah.
a medtech medic who's not in her gear for the first time in quite some time, and one con artist who is scheming and manipulating all the while. And we fade to black.